Today, I'm taking you on another episode of African history, a story of oil, injustice, anger, and resistance, a story of young men who picked up guns, and a region that became the heart of Nigeria's greatest struggle. This is the rise of Niger Delta militancy. The Niger Delta, a land of rivers, mangroves, and villages sitting quietly on water, but underneath this beauty lies Nigeria's most valuable resource, crude oil. For decades, billions of dollars flowed from this region into the nation, but the people who lived in these creeks saw none of it. Oil spills poisoned their water, gas flares burned over their roofs, fishing died, famine died, and hope began to die with it. The anger was rising, slowly, quietly, like smoke before a fire. In the 1990s, a wave of resistance began. Writers like Ken Saro-Wiwa led the agony struggle, demanding justice from oil companies and the government. His execution in 1995 sent shockwaves across the world and planted a seed of deeper anger in the youth of the Delta. By the early 2000s, a new generation emerged, not writers, not activists, but militants. Groups began to form. NDPVF led by Asari Dokubo, Icelanders/NDPVF led by Ateke Tom. What started as protest became armed struggle. Port Harcourt, once peaceful, became a battleground. NDPVF and Ateke Tom's groups clashed violently for control of territories and oil routes. Gunfire echoed through the streets. Houses burned, families fled. The city lived in fear. The government could no longer ignore it. The JTF, Joint Task Force, was deployed, but their presence only fueled a larger fire. A new movement was coming. In the creeks of Bayelsa, a new coalition formed, MEND, the Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta. Its leaders included Tompolo, Henry Oka, Boylof, other armed commanders operating deep inside the mangroves. MEND was different, more coordinated, more strategic, more devastating. They struck pipelines, kidnapped oil workers, destroyed flow stations, and shut down major production lines. For the first time in Nigeria's history, oil output dropped by almost half. The world finally paid attention. The creeks turned into a war zone. Militants carried out daring attacks on offshore platforms. JTF launched large-scale operations to stop them. Villages were caught in the crossfire. Oil companies shut down entire fields. Every explosion, every raid, made global oil prices tremble. The world called it oil terrorism. But for many youth in the Delta, it felt like a fight for survival. By 2008, the conflict had reached its breaking point. Too many lives lost, too many villages destroyed, too much oil production down. Nigeria needed peace, urgently. Then, in 2009, something historic happened. President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua announced a bold offer, the Presidential Amnesty Program, a deal offering pardon, monthly stipends, training, reintegration. Tompolo accepted. Boylof accepted. Ateke Tom accepted. Thousands of fighters laid down their weapons. The guns went silent. The creeks breathed again. The Niger Delta militancy changed Nigeria forever. It forced the nation to confront oil injustice, environmental destruction, youth desperation, political neglect. The amnesty brought peace, but the scars of the conflict remain across the Delta. Today, pipelines still cut through villages, spills still poison rivers, and a new generation still waits for a better future. The war ended, but the struggle for justice continues. This was the story of the Niger Delta militancy, a battle for survival, a cry for justice, and a conflict that shaped modern Nigeria. If you want more untold African stories, subscribe to History Speaks with AI. More episodes coming soon.